Right, good evening ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and students, family and friends, employers. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to this our annual event, the end of year CIAT accredited programs major project exhibition. And we're fortunate this year to have the sun shining on us. You know, I never dreamt of having glare as a problem in Wolverhampton, but there is a wonderful glow in the room with all the work and with each and every one of you here. Tonight is just about a celebration of the end of year work. It has no bearing on whether students have passed or the results are so. This is just the end of year module. The students have encountered examinations today. They've still got a couple of hand-ins. So what we do each year, we have this formal opening of the exhibition, and it's just a sort of a prize night, appreciation to the family and friends for the support, to the senior management for supporting us, and for all my colleagues supporting me as the module leader on this. Without each and every one of you, tonight wouldn't be possible. I'd like to give a special mention just at the start of this evening to Andy Rose, who is from Telford and Madeley Town Council. I wanted to get the right area, I didn't want to change it, but who has been a real life client representative on this project this year, and he's engaged all the way through. A project which came to light, within the architecture department, we're training and educating students for the real world. We've got a lot of employers here this evening who have employed graduates and are very satisfied with the standard and the capabilities of those graduates who are here. That's one of the graduates just being beamed up as we speak. But I say that to say this, that they've come along each year to support us. They give us real projects. Within the department, we don't only offer architecture, design, technology, interior architecture and property development, which you're here for this evening, but in the next week or so, our first cohorts of the BSc in architecture will also be presenting their work. They've already been involved and engaged in a lot of projects around Wolverhampton and ongoing with members of staff there. But this project was brought to my attention by a colleague, and I will make mention to him, who's been very supportive to the students, Paul Bowden, our resource manager. And I popped to see him over the summer up in Telford, and we had a walk around the town, and he showed me this building. We thought this would be a perfect project to engage our students with. It had a lot of things, an existing project, prospects for new use. It was a challenge of regenerating an area, a change in mindset as an aging population, and looking at various things which our students will encounter in the real world. So I would like to thank Paul and Andy in particular for bringing this project to life. Without any further ado, I just want to go into the prize giving. As I said, it's all about celebrating the students and the work achieved. We, in this architecture department, are part of the School of Architecture and the Built Environment, and I'm also thankful for my fellow heads of department, Paul Bowden and Peter Mills across the way. And there is an opportunity tomorrow evening to celebrate the civil engineers, who will also be having a exhibition, so do take the opportunity to engage with them. As we go into the awards, there are 5 set categories, and I'm going to go straight into the presentations by asking our head of faculty, Professor Nazira, to come forward. And
do I get an award?
You certainly do. Just sign this check. If you could just say what the category is.
Okay, so this category is for the Best Presentation Technique and Model, and the award goes to Anna Karantanis.
And
So I'll give you that first.
if I can just say, all these awards were voted for just by staff, students, and people around the university in here. They were given a voting slip and they came, they made their selections for the 5 categories. So well done.
Well done.
Well done. And I hope Anna is always engaged with studies by bringing her children in. She's one of the youngest students. Did you enjoy my lecture? The second prize this evening, I'm going to ask, it's a CIAT accredited courses, and we're fortunate we have a practice which works very closely with the university and also with the students, but I'm going to ask Terry Reynolds from Tweedales, who is the CIAT Regional Education Officer, just to come forward and present this prize. Terry?
Okay, so this award is for the best exhibit, and it's awarded to Alison Grice.
Thank you. And as I said at the start, this project wouldn't be available without a client. So I'm going to ask Andy Rose just to come forward to present the next certificate and prize for Best Presentation Board.
Thank you. Yes, the award for the Best Presentation Boards goes to Miang Yao.
They are welcome to go away. No, I'm not wanted. Thank you. Thank you. The next person I'm going to call forward to present a certificate is a very close and dear friend of mine, but also to the university, because I do believe they're an alumni of the university. They, as I said, these are the CIAT accredited courses, and these courses have been offered by Wolverhampton for many years. The person I'm going to ask to come forward was the figurehead for the professional body, which was BIAT, the British Institute of Architectural Technologies, and just over 11 years ago when they gained charter, I worked very closely with this individual. He's a past president, he's also a practitioner, managing director of AP Architecture Limited, and I had the great pleasure or fear of sharing a flight to Hong Kong where he had to land a plane. So Paul Burton, past president, CIAT, BIAT, could you come forward please?
And this award goes to Best Technical Detailing, Sam Lewis. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the last but by no means of our first 5 formal awards is one of a very important category, and it's the thing which underpins all our studies. So it's about research, and it's the best integrated research project. And I think there's no fitting person to present this than our Associate Dean for Research, and Professor Keith. And I forget your surname because we have just been introduced. There you go. Thank you. We've just been introduced and I said I've got a job for you, so there you go.
So the prize for the Best Integrated Research Project goes to Matthew Craig.
Wow.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We've got a few more presentations, and as I say, we started off with those 5 formal categories. Last year we were very fortunate to have some practitioners come along, and we've had a number of practitioners who are here this evening, and they have been so impressed with the work that they have said, we'd like to be a part of this, and we would like to come and do some judging and maybe present a few more awards. So the first person I'm going to ask to come up is from Glance & Nickel Architects, and it's Simon Jesson. Simon?
Thank you. I'm not going to talk for very long, but I'm going to prove that we're being very consistent. We were asked to have a look around the work and pick out what we felt was the projects that sort of conveyed the most information, the right information, and really sort of told the story about the building at Anstis. So the first award, which we thought was the most informative presentation, and this was about not just conveying through very high visual graphic imagery, it was about how they sold the story for the scheme through sketches, through details, through modelling, and through the written work. This award goes to Meng Yao. The second award was quite difficult, and actually it was about the best conveyed concept. The building that you've been asked to do, quite an interesting sort of heritage building, and it was the one scheme that I felt really sort of tried to tie together architecture, structure, the history of the building, and to think about the future and something new. It also, for me, had the best sort of graphical image, and that goes to Francis Nokedi. I should say I need to learn about topology optimized design, so if anybody can explain that to me, that would be most helpful. It's all right, really interesting.
Francis, I hope that answers the question you've been asking me since Monday.
It does.
Okay, again, another practitioner and a practice which has been working very closely with the university in a number of years, and are looking forward to working even closer with the advance of the architecture department and moves afoot with the expansion and the future opportunities, is Daniel Hurd Associates, and I'm very pleased to ask Ian to come forward and you'll tell us all about what you've done.
Okay, so as Simon said, we were very impressed looking at all the projects, and there was one thing as a practice that's very close to my heart is heritage and conservation. It's one of the things that our practice specialises in. The project which for me was the best heritage response was that by Kieran Trow, which had a great heritage statement and a really interesting way that it worked to design through into the finished. There you go. Okay, and then the next certificate I have here is for the project which we felt was the best transformational space. And this project, it had a very clear and strong concept, which was very succinctly portrayed, and it was a use which deviated slightly from the brief, but I felt maybe gave a realistic commercial eye to how the site could be redeveloped, and that is for Sam Lewis.
Thank you. Thanks, Ian. That brings almost to a close all the formalities. I said it was just a fun evening just to celebrate what has been done. All the prizes, you're all winners, there are no losers, you've all got to this particular point. The journey is onwards and upwards. I would like to give a special thanks to a number of the staff within the team, in particular Paul Smith, who's the course leader for the CIAT accredited programs, and Marina Pembleton Whiteley, I always pause so she finishes it off for me, for her engagement with the students, but also the staff behind the scene, the admin staff, the staff in the workplace who have been looking at placements, all the professional stakeholders who are here, the members of the department, Andrew Cunningham, who I saw somewhere around, and Gamal. You know, I think that's everyone. I would like to make a particular thanks to the technicians who in their absence, Kevin Worrell and Alan Roberts. But each and every one of you as students, I'd like to thank you for coming along. The people who are here, who are still progressing, don't do as some students did last year, which was set targets. But if you all look back, and I'm sure if you speak to the students this evening, 3 or 4 years ago when they looked at the exhibition, they thought we'll never achieve this, and here you are, you've done it, and you're moving to the next level. So there are a lot of good things happening here at Wolverhampton. We expect to see you in the postgraduate studies, so go and enjoy the rest of the evening, mingle. There are employers here, so thank you very much. Take care.